Hello, Bingothon and Sunshine Community viewers. Welcome to semifinals week of playoffs of the Super Mario Sunshine Bingo League. Here we have Pinkish versus Mars in Division 4. I'm Deathline, and I'm joined by the one and only Gravity Beetle. Hello, GB. How are you?
I'm all right. Yeah. So Pink and Mars, Division 4, doing draft today. I'm not sure whose decision it was or whose choice.
It was Pinkish, since she is seed number 1. So she's
Ooh,
the higher seed. She got to pick game 1.
nice. All right. Coin flip going. Pink chooses heads.
That's not annoying at all.
We got heads. All right. Let me pull up the stream so I can watch the card.
Ooh, I need to pull up the timer.
The timer not work?
Timer's still bugged.
Oh. At Pappuccino. Looks like this is the first of 3.
Yep.
Are these the finals?
These are the finals, so
Hype.
playoffs are all best of 3. Every division except Division 1 does not have a tiebreaker for individual spots. Okay, well.
All right. Quick scan of the card. Let's see what's going on. Don't see anything. Ooh, Pink with the quick 12 level shines draft. I didn't even get a chance to look over the whole card yet.
Yeah, that was a very quick 12 level shines pick. Interesting because there are 5 NPC, 5 bluebirds, 8 NPCs on the card.
15
Which that also,
Delfino. That
yeah,
goes very
that
well
goes,
with the NPCs.
yes. Right, you have stuff like boss rematch, Bianco for Hoverless, 20 from Bianco,
Mm-hmm.
even 2
And the
gelato hiddens,
yeah.
so not
Noteworthy is that the 50 totals and the 60 totals are very close to each other. So
Mars coming
very
back with
unlikely we see 5 hidden shines.
2 gelato hiddens and 5 hiddens. This is the second match this week I've seen someone pick a hiddens goal that is more than 3 in the draft period. 5 is pretty difficult to do in 30 minutes. It's not impossible, but it's
Yeah.
pretty hard.
All right, 50 from 2 and Bianca 4 hoverless. More understandable selections. 50 from 2
Man.
you could just do along the way.
I mean, 300s on the card and 10 hundreds.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
not
didn't.
terrible. Still
And gelato
surprised.
hundreds, but
I do a lot of hundreds.
Bianca 4 hoverless, very understandable. There's some Bianca stuff on the card.
Okay, there we
All
go.
right. Yeah, now we're seeing more elementary or more typical picks. 5 bluebirds is the classic draft pick. The boss rematch
Boss rematch. That's
does
good to block.
dissuade a little bit of the Bianco that
Yes.
Pink might have been interested in.
At this point, I would say Pink's best bet is something like 5 NPCs and Piano 3 damage lists. If she doesn't want to do blues, 10 yellow button coins is also acceptable as well, in my opinion.
20
20
Bianco
Bianca
blues.
blues. Really splitting this Bianca progress, and 15
15.
Delfinos.
That no NPC draft.
No NPC draft.
And that goes well with 15 Delfino. One more Mars pick. That's a good point. By Bread Goes 50 from 2 with 12 levels. 12 levels you want to get done, and you want to get that done quick. like you want a bunch of quick shines, and collecting 50 yellows does not help that. It also doesn't help to get 15 Delfinos, because not only is that not a shine, but those are not level shines. Ooh,
And Mars
someone
finishing up
subscribed.
with Piano 3 Damageless.
Piano 3. Okay, no NPC draft. But you know what? Let's see. Time is nan nan nan. Off the runners go. So let's theorize what the runners are thinking. I don't think there's a chance we see hidden shines clicked
It's
before
just
the 30 mark.
wild.
That boss rematch. Like, okay, best case scenario for Mars, and this is if he straight rushes, is do Rico 1 to 5, Rico 2 hidden, Rico 4 hidden, and 2 hidden enchilados all under 30 minutes, which I don't think is possible, and you still don't have another hidden.
Yeah, your best bet would be like Bianco.
Yeah.
But just to review, Pinkish has drafted 12 level shines, 50 yellow coins from 2 levels, or 150 Delfino yellow coins, Bianca for hoverless, 20 Bianca blue coins, and 15 Delfino blue coins. Where Mars has drafted 2 gelato hidden shines, 5 hidden shines, 5 bluebirds, complete a boss rematch, and Piana 3 damageless. Both players having quite interesting drafts.
Honestly, one would think Pianta 3 damageless would go well with 12 level shines.
That's what I thought Pinkish was gonna draft. Just completely
It,
forego blues on the card, but
it's just my problem with Pinkish's draft is on one side you have 12 levels, Bianca 4 hoverless, and 20 Bianca blues.
yeah.
Honestly, 20 Bianca blues isn't even that much mixed in, because 20 Bianca blues is long. And then on the other side, quite literally, you have 15 Delfino blues and 50 from 2 or 150 Delfino. It would make the most sense if, with those two goals isolated, to do 150 Delfino with 15 Delfino blues.
Yes.
But I don't know. Maybe this is like one of those total fakeouts, and she's gonna rush 5 NPCs.
Right? Because like if you get to Bianco 5, you get 2 NPCs there. You can finish up 20 slightly easier than in 4, especially if you're trying to do it with hoverless. Um NPCs, you're only 3 away. You can pick up the 2 no keys, or you can do Fruit Lady since there's 8 NPCs on the card. That goes well with Delfino Blues. Um, she's very split in her draft, and on the other end, Mars isn't that much better off when you look at Piano 3 Damageless, 2 Gelato Hiddens, complete a boss rematch. Like, those are all 3 to 4 shines each in a level. 5 Hiddens is not getting clicked in 30 minutes. It's just not going to happen.
I
Um,
would bet a lot on that.
like there's a world now where you do 5 bluebirds penniless because you have boss rematch. You can do Bianco 5 if you really
Yeah.
wanted to. There's 4 secrets on the card, right? Butterfly later, two turbos. You don't have to do turbo clip. You still probably want NPCs since it isn't drafted, right? 5 boss shines even on the card, so right, like a deep Bianco is not terrible.
Yeah, that's a good point. It would get you access to 2 other hiddens and 2 secrets for 4 secrets. Um, 2 bosses as well. If Pink neglects Bianco, you're there to pick it up. That'd be an interesting play, to be honest. I'm not sure if that's what Mars is thinking, but it'd be an interesting play. 10 yellow button coins, smack dab in the middle, is usually a pinna goal or occasionally a gelato goal, but there's no real reason to go past gelato 2. And is there a single Yoshi goal on this card? Yeah, 1 butterfly
Butterfly?
blues.
Yeah,
So,
butterfly.
oh, and
Um,
there's pin 100. So
100s is kind of a
I would
Yoshi
love
goal.
to see someone combine the two. Now, You'd have to be pretty greedy to do that, but it would be pretty hype.
Right, and it's just like, I mean, with Gelato hundreds and 5 boss shines, there is technically a reason to do
Yeah, I didn't
like
think of
Gelato
that.
2
Yeah.
into Wiggler, and then you could do Wiggler and then like Gelato 300s after picking up the button or something, or picking up Wiggler. Right? It's like it's
Also,
not impossible, right? That also gets you towards the Turbo and
yeah, I
Gelato.
was about to say the turbo. So
So
okay,
it's
this is an option, a deep-ish gelato.
yeah.
I just realized Pin a Shadow Mario's on the card.
Yeah,
So
which buffs Pinna even a little bit more. Pinna Play is probably better just because it has 2 secrets
yeah,
instead of just the one. Right, there's no reds on the card, and your hidden access is already all available after Gelato 1, so right, it's only 5 hiddens, right? It's 4 secrets, 5 hiddens. It's not like there's 6 hiddens, no reds on the card, so it's not great for that view. But if you wanted, more hiddens open as Mars, then you probably go to Pinna.
weird draft from both players, but but that could potentially make for weird routes and interesting routes. So I'm excited to see how the players handle it. We could see Deep Bianco, Deep Gelato, as we were talking about,
Mhm.
because a standard play doesn't seem to work that well.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of interesting how they leverage Bianco, Pinna, and Gelato on this card. Um, Serena, I mean, Serena 1's not terrible just for 5 bosses, but beyond that, I
And
mean, you do
yeah, and
have
the
4
NPCs,
secrets,
I guess, but
so
I honestly wouldn't be that surprised
meh.
if we saw a 5 NPC race like right now. Get the fire, Pianta, and Goop.
That would definitely be a technique to use if they want
Yeah,
NPCs quickly.
I don't think that we'll see that, but
Yeah.
um, I think it is optimal if you want to rush 15 in Delfino. Mars is having a little bit of trouble there.
For 15, yes. And also, it is the fastest 5 NPCs, or part of the fastest 5 NPCs rush, alongside some Fruit
Got the
Ladies
jail
and
blue.
clipping into Serena.
Got the jail blue there. And
Mars, not
ooh,
quite.
yeah, that ceiling is low. Hello, Schmidt. Well, we see a double Bianco opening, which isn't too surprising.
Yeah.
The little so that we are seeing Pianta 3 being ignored, and I just realized Pianta 3 you could combo that with an NPC,
True.
and also
That is
combo
true.
that with a deeper Pianta play for the butterfly
Yeah.
and 12 levels. So that would have been a play if it were not splitly drafted, which is now a word. Pink doing the old 120 route of getting these blues.
Yep. Some Sewer Blues during Shadow Mario / Bianco
Mars
opening.
does not seem interested in Bianco.
Wants to do Rico or Rush Gelato.
Potentially. I am not sure what the fastest gelato rush is. I mean, Plunderbell would probably be involved, but you know, Plunderbell-less. I
Yeah,
don't know what it would be.
Plunderbell,
Early M for Pink.
Window, or Chuckster. Probably one of the box games and Left Bell or Peach Shine or something like that. Pink gonna go straight into Bianca, while Mars having the time trying to do Pepper Underbell. You gotta set up kind of far away with Pepper, comparatively to something like a Coconut. Gets it that time.
Pinkish moving towards. Not
Honestly, in my
stopping for any
opinion,
blues right now.
yeah, in my opinion, Pinkish should just completely ignore 12 level shots. If she gets it, she gets it. If she doesn't, she doesn't.
Oh, looks like Mars is going to Pianta.
Interesting. I suppose this does. I mean, unlocking Bianco first does mean you can go straight from Pianta to Gelato, and you
That
don't
is
have to reset
true,
the plaza.
but you could have not if you unlocked Bianco, you could have then just immediately gone to Pianta. You didn't need to get the
That is true. He
Underbell.
also did not need to do Underbell, but that's assuming he does Pianta 4.
Yes.
Um,
Potentially not wanting to do Pianta 4. Although probably eventually.
yeah, I mean it saves an event cutscene, so
Gotta save the event cutscenes.
Chomp stuck on the island. Lovely, you can deal with that. It won't come get out. Kind of just have to spray and then pray. Otherwise, yeah,
There.
it'll slide in usually. Meanwhile, Pinkish happily doing her first boss of the match.
This is showcase just how long Bianco 2 is. Mars had time to struggle with Underbell and do Pianta 1 before Pinkish has even spawned the Shine. Now, Pinkish did stop for 2 Sewer Blues, but that
Yeah.
that certainly isn't the reason that it's so much slower. Goes to show. At a Piantissimo race. Interested to see if he stops for blues.
Yeah, blues aren't really that great on the card. Aside from the specialized goals, like 1560s it's just kind of whatever. There's no Delfino, right? There's no 13 from Delfino, so you don't really need to trade in. Noki on this card is kind of irrelevant. It gets you Goldbird as your 5th hidden if you need it, but it's not great. So I mean, okay, there is 12 Noki blues. I did not see that. So, but also still not that great to go to Noki.
Indeed, he got a couple.
Pinkish
Oh, getting the 50, it looks like.
50 and 3.
I mean, 3 is a great shine, or a great episode to do hundreds in. Probably the best of the bingo options. But you're not getting hundreds, of course.
Yeah. Not too sure if I like this play now. 50 from 2 is an odd goal where it's just really hard to know when to commit to it and do it. Because you're always left with that question, is it worth just finishing the hundreds?
Yeah.
Especially with 300s on the card. So
Oh,
I think it's gonna lose a pokey head in the water. So that's 3 coins gone. Yeah,
Mars
these flower
entering
rings
Pianta
can
3.
be pretty brutal.
Ooh, double hop on the Piantas. Looks like a River Gang movement over here. Yeah, and the more Pinkish does this, the more I agree with you that she really just ought to abandon 12 levels.
Mars getting across safely. Needs to not get pyro chickened. We'll see if they want to try and pick up the NPC blue. It is a little scary since he's still under the requirements of damage list.
Using the gold mushroom as an umbrella. Respect.
Yeah, it looks like
Not,
Mars is just gonna
not getting the moon blue either.
take it nice and easy without having to do it. So, first goal of the game, counter damage list clicked off for Mars. Very nicely done. Now has 5 shines. Can just go straight to Gelato if they so choose.
Mm-hmm.
Pinkish with 50 in her first level. So Mars already up
Mars
to a...
not going to Gelato. I guess gonna open
Interesting.
Rico first.
Burbs?
Or oh, getting a burb. Okay.
Yeah, I guess since we're over here, we might as well into Gelato.
Yeah.
Or Rico unlock.
It's like,
Mars
yep.
up 3 to
Not
2 in level
sure what to
shines.
do.
Yeah, not. Yes. Kind of.
Opening Rico.
This now just makes the entire play of opening Bianca into Pianta a little bit weirder. You could have just started Pianta and then done all of this, but
I mean, overanalyzing probably, but he could have maybe wanted to trick Pinkish, into thinking he did more than just doing Pianta by taking a little longer and delaying going to Pianta because he can't delay. So
yeah, kind of a pseudo draft delay type deal.
Mm.
So I don't know if Pinkish minds that too much.
yeah, it doesn't do a whole lot.
Both players opening up Rico. Rico offering quite a few blues and a boss shine early on, some quick level shines.
Rika Shadamario.
Rico Shanmari is on the card if you don't want to do 8 NPCs, but a little risky with 5 NPCs on the card, things like that. Both players into Rico.
I anticipate we'll see a 50 from Pinkish. If not
50
now,
and
then
1 with blues
yeah.
would be kind of interesting.
I think Pinkish. It's possible that from the start she just did not want level shines. I mean, it was a very, very fast pick. So, gonna have to ask her about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks like getting the blooper coin.
Honestly, in my opinion, I would have just done 150 in Delfino, I think, with Pinkish's draft.
Yeah,
You're still not great on level shine progress, but it still does you better. You can work on blues. You don't have to pick up extra coins for effectively nothing since you're not doing hundreds with them. And
lives aren't on the card either. So
yeah, no lives, so you're not getting that. All right, you can just reset Delfino, doing some Delfino shines, get you progress towards Pinna. While picking up the coins, you can do Fruit Ladies in the middle type thing. I don't know.
wouldn't have even minded like a 150 with some fruit ladies into the NPCs in Serena.
Mars with their first boss and 4th level shine. Pinkish currently at 1 and 2. So at this rate, Mars is almost certainly going to be taking 12 level shines after the draft period is over.
And Enrico. That perplexes me a little. Perhaps setting up for boss rematch, or perhaps setting up for more hiddens.
Yeah, boss rematch can be done with Rico. Quick level shines overall. If you're not really getting bullied by the wind. If you're not too concerned about 4 secrets, right? Since you have Piana 3 in your draft, Rico would be better than Bianco. You still have access towards Butterfly at the end. You get a turbo in episode 7.
And you get the Ricochet of Mario.
And Ricochet of Mario if NPCs aren't clicked. So Rico's still pretty strong overall on this card for Mars.
All right. 49. One more
She
from
can
Peach.
open the
I said
fight.
Peaches again. I'm mad at myself.
Oh, she can't. Yeah, there's a box up there.
Yeah. There aren't even any coins. Oh, there's the 50.
Yep.
And the click.
50 from 2. Clicked off. Making it a 1-1 game.
Now, if you're Mars, what do you think that is? Do you think that's 150 or do you think that's 50 from 2?
I think either way, I'm happy because I'm in the lead for 12 shots.
That's true. If I'm Mars, I think that's 150.
I think at worst, I would say 150 and you're down 100s early, which would just also be a weird play early. So
Yeah, the fact that 300s are on the card and you do 50 from 2 and not finish out the 100 is really...
oh,
I'm not going to say a time waste because obviously you get a goal, but
Mars
it's just, it feels
completely
inefficient to me.
Yeah.
Worst Bluebird in the game.
Mars got completely juked by the Bluebird.
The Bluebird.
But
Right.
claims it for their second bird. Pinkish finishing up her second boss. Is going to be only her third level shine compared to Mars, who has 5. And we are a little bit over the 21-minute mark.
I don't think we'll see Mars get all of the Bluebirds in time. Especially if Pinkish starts to devote some time to Delfina Blues, which looks like what we're seeing.
Yeah,
Well, okay, no, but then if she
just
dedicates time, that does take a while. So, we'll just see how the cards play. Going back
just
to
gonna get a
Bianco.
bit of it. Gonna go, yeah. Bianco for Harvest, 20 Bianco Blues. Terrible.
So, after Bianco for Harborless, if I'm Mars, I'm going to now realize, oh, that was 50 from 2. So that means I'm probably even more ahead than I thought.
Yes.
And I'm not behind with hundreds, potentially. I remember back in the day when this was floodless.
Yes. Which really didn't make it too much harder than it is now. You just don't get the freebie of spinning the sail in case you're off cycle.
Yeah. Also allows you to do stuff like grab an M or something while you're
Yeah,
doing this.
grab blues. You can water slide at the beginning, so it is just overall a little bit faster.
Also grab a rocket, maybe. Looks like immediately going for the hidden.
Yep. Plus bluebirds.
Getting a little bit trolled with bluebirds.
Pinkish climbing back up the wall. Gonna take it nice and safe. Don't not go for the GWK. To pick up this coin up here.
Yeah, Rope could be a little bit of a troll.
Ooh, didn't quite get a spin jump there. Is gonna have to GWK up. There's one bluebird for Mars. Or maybe both, I wasn't completely seeing, but...
I think, yeah, he got both.
So, 4 birds for Mars. Just needs to go to Pinna for easy access for the 5th, but still also needs to do 2 more shines here in Gelato to finish up that goal. Yeah, Pinkish having a time right now with Bianca for Hoverless. Get bullied by the wind. Okay. Oh, Pinkish gonna
Got it.
opt to skip that, but yeah, hits it.
All right, Mars might be able to get 2 hits in Gelato.
Yeah, they
for
should be good on that.
probably will not get 5 bluebirds before the time ends, but
Still
might
not
not.
too big of a
Yeah,
worry from
yeah.
from our end, viewing it.
If Pink continues and goes to fight Petey, could potentially take the 5 bluebirds with the Bianca 6 bird. But
She would not have enough time.
well, yeah, not before the 30 minutes, but potentially if
If Mars, yeah, doesn't go to
yeah.
Pinna. Yeah, I would still like her to do Bianca 5 here, actually, with 20 blues, in my opinion.
Bianca
Um,
5 with blues might be a hot take, but I think it's a really fun level to get it with blues.
just for where Pinkish is, I think she should, just because she's not winning 12 level shines. Um, she hasn't really seen any indication of boss rematch. I mean, there's only been a click, which is Piano 3 damage list, and she's going to see 2 gelato hins here shortly. Um,
Getting 2
honestly,
NPCs here.
even like just doing the boss rematch into 6 with 20 blues into the secret with the turbo would also be really, really nice for Pinkish.
Also, good progress towards the Bianca butterfly, which we don't get to see very much.
Yeah.
Is Dutch J on the left or right? Dutch J is not playing.
But yeah, Pinkish just going to swimming around, having a good time, good old time, looking for blues. Mars finishing up 12 out of 1 reds.
If
Yeah,
we
definitely in my opinion, as Pink
Beyblade
from
here.
here,
Yeah.
I would stop picking up blues at this point and just rush the boss and then pick up blues in 6. Do gelato
Also,
hidden
getting
quick
blues
off.
during the fight
Yeah,
is, even
during
if
the
you don't
fight
know
is
how to
just
do it
a little bit more
optimally, it's
optimal.
still faster than doing them and then doing the fight.
Yeah, but she probably doesn't want to do the fight. She probably just pick up 20 blues and then leave.
Yeah. 2 hidden and gelato clicked away. Mars probably heading towards Pinna.
Yep.
Draft period almost over. We'll be able to get the bluebirds, it looks like,
Yeah.
barring disaster, or barring just wanting to open Pinna and leaving.
Yep. Going to give the players the 2-minute left warning about now.
That's a strat to get this blue. Oh, didn't work. This is one of those blues that's just like casually, how the hell do you know where it is? I mean, if you figure out that if you spray the top of the trees, you get a coin, maybe? Ooh, I don't like this. Pinkish ignoring the other NPC,
Yeah, hopefully
unless
she
she's
remembers and goes back for him,
yeah.
but I don't think she
No, it
remembered.
doesn't look like it.
No.
Maybe getting the turbo right now. Yeah, I think that's what she's doing. There's 5 bluebirds.
5 bluebirds clicked off
It's
in
a
the
3 to
period.
2 game.
Yep.
Still anyone's game. Mars with a bonk. I've lost track of how many level shines Mars has, but I think it's 8.
Whatever their current shine count is, -2.
Then it's 8.
Less than a minute to spare.
Yeah, skipping that NPC was.
It's gonna be
My
kind of
guess is
brutal.
that. Yeah, my guess is that she just didn't think of it. Not only are NPCs on the card, but that's a fast blue. So.
Yeah. Especially in 5. So.
Yeah.
Rocket storage
Rocket
up.
storage. Yeah, this Pokey is not like anywhere near as fast, but all right. No lore today from Mars.
30 minutes is up. So drafted goals have now been unclicked. Pinkish should be getting pretty close to 20 totals. I can think of 3 coins right now that she does not have. At least.
I can only think of the one, but
and she hasn't clicked it. So
oh, looks like she is doing PD. Oh no, or is she getting the platform blue?
yeah, she might get this blue up here with the rocket, which I
Alright.
think would be 20 if I am not mistaken. Yep.
On the dot. Mars is. Oh, I
Yep.
realized it's Pinna 2. Of course he's going that way.
Moving along in
And
Pinna 2.
Pink is doing PD. So she will steal boss rematch. I don't know if Mars ever had any intention of doing it.
Probably not. Which I think is fine for Mars. You win 12 level shines, so it's just better, and you also have all this pinup progress that's winning you right now.
Yeah, there's stuff to do in Pinna. There's Pinna Shadow Mario. There's one butterfly.
Right, yeah.
There's Pinna hundreds. There's 10
hundreds,
yellows.
10 yellows. Hiddens if you want them for your hidden skull.
Secrets. The boss.
Yeah.
Not super slow level shines, except for Pinna 1.
Okay. So Mars only doing Pinna 1 or Pinna 1 and 2. I think they're now thinking of going back to Rico to try and finish boss rematch, but they are going to be sniped out from that as long as Pinkish finishes up the shine and clicks it. They will be getting at least, yeah, some quick level shines, gets another secret, gets Hidden's access. Working up that butterfly access as well if they want to go deep Rico instead of doing Piano 4. Which, as we mentioned earlier, Deep Rico has its merits on the card.
Nice Beyblade.
Very clean Rico 3 from Mars.
Well done.
Yeah, at 11 level shines thus far. So
Gonna get
Rico...
his 3rd secret here too.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah, can dip into Bianco if they want to finish that up, or can go back to Pinna and do a whole bunch of Pinna.
Mars has just an absolute dominating lead in level shines. This is going to be 12, and this is going to be Pinkish's 4th. Or fifth,
I believe.
That's
yeah, four from here and 1 in Rico.
I apologize to Pinkish and Peaches.
Delaying boss
similar
rematch.
Sounding names. Ooh, yeah, that's interesting. Ooh.
Mars taking a death in Rico 4. At least it was early.
Rico 4 is a very finicky level. Sometimes it goes super smoothly, and then other times it just doesn't want to behave.
Yeah.
Alright, so...
Silver lining for Pinkish. Ooh, Mars. Off the center.
Unfortunately, this is I'm not saying making up for, as in like the world. It counterbalances the really good Rico 3.
Yes. I was gonna say the silver lining for Pinkish is at least she is making huge progress on those 50 and 60 totals, so it is gonna help her here. If she wants to, try and contest Noki.
That's a strat.
Catch up in shines, right? Things like that to get to Pinna, since she doesn't have nearly the shine count, and she still needs to open Gelato. Looks like she's talking to Durin and Pineapple Lady. Set them up to accept fruits. I'm gonna go for Jelly Skip here.
Mars finishes up. Rico 4.
That is 12 level shines for Mars.
Also a
Pinkish,
delay.
yeah, also with delaying that. Pinkish hitting Jelly Skip. And now I'm gonna work on these two fruit ladies. Pinkish is going to lose boss rematch if she does not click it within the next minute and a half or so, maybe even less than that.
Yeah.
Which is gonna be really, really painful for her, considering she did all that work in Bianco 5.
Doing Bianco 5 in of itself is bad. Doing it for a goal and then not getting that goal is worse.
Even worse, yeah.
Especially since, well, while she has one turbo lead, Mars is going to have another turbo lead, and this is going to be the harder turbo. So if we see Mars go to Bianco for some bosses, the last
Pinkish,
secret,
please. Pinkish, please. Click the goal. You only have like 20 seconds left.
and Mars can't also delay.
Yeah. Launch 2 Durains down the ramp. Oh, Pinkish. Oh,
Gotta
no.
click it. Yeah.
Doesn't look like she's gonna click it.
Most unfort. Yep.
And there is boss rematch for Mars.
That's quite big.
That is also their 13th level shine. So that's still not getting clicked. Pinkish
Counting to 12
launching
is hard.
a Durian back into the water from the ramp. So kind of go pick up a backup now.
He is on NTSCU. So does have those Durians available, but I don't know if it's faster to get those anyway. But well, she's going to the other ones anyway, so
Yeah,
all right,
Mars now
Rico
making a really
6.
good call, making a really good call to continue Enrico. Considering Pinkish is doing free ladies, which bumps up her NPC count.
So stealing that goal too, potentially.
Yeah. Now Mars still only has 0 NPCs, so still can't contest 5, but can contest the 8 goal at least.
Yeah, losing a lot of time on these brute ladies. We'll probably get, I don't know exactly how close she is to 15 Delfinos. Ooh, Mars
Missing
having a little trouble
coin.
with
This is a terrible coin to
that one.
miss.
Yeah. I mean, it's bad to
Because-
miss any coin here, but
Yeah, it's just in a very inconvenient spot, especially this one.
all right.
Manages to do it though. This is
Next
going to be
brute lady.
Pinkish's 4th NPC.
He's really rushing this goal. If she had just gotten the other Bianco NPC, this would have been it.
Okay, Mars clicking off 12 level shines. 2 shines,
On
a
his
little bit more.
14th.
Yeah, on their 14th.
Maybe he thought it was episodes.
Yeah. Which would check out. That would be 12 episodes.
4th NPC.
Yep.
We get to see a coconut lady.
Grabbing
Enrique
the other
shot
bluebird,
Mario.
part of her 15 from Delfino. Pinkish, yeah,
13.
Yeah, Mars gonna pick up the other turbo here. So that is their first. Just needs to get
And,
another
yeah.
one, which is accessible via Bianco or Gelato or Delfino.
I bet. I mean, I think that's a really good play. Go back to Pinna. get your 10 yellow buttons, then set yourself up for butterfly and 2 turbos by eventually getting to 25, and you're in really good shape. Also, pin a Shadow Mario. You could get EYG as your 4th secret.
Mars,
Doesn't look like he knows where to go.
yeah. Mars thinking about it, isn't completely sure on what they want to do. Meanwhile, Pinkish picking up her 5th NPC and her 15th Delfino. This will be clicked off.
Going back to Pianta.
And yeah, she's in a bad Plaza state since she doesn't have Gelato open. So she only gets 1 coconut to work with off this tree. Which, for
Struggling.
whatever reason, I feel like in this Plaza state, the coconut has different physics when you hit it out of the tree. I feel like it tends to go farther.
At Noki Doki.
But maybe I'm
Dex
just
is here now. People arriving. Hello, Dex.
overthinking it. Yeah, Mars going back to Pianta, gonna open up their 2nd butterfly spot. 15 Delfinos, 5 NPCs, clicked off for Pinkish, making it a 5-5 game, bringing it back to tied. Pinkish not completely out of this, though she does need to make some really good calls, like rushing 8 NPCs right now.
Yeah.
Though she won't know that. She really needs to
She's
open
trading
Gelato
in,
as
but
well.
she's gonna need.
Yeah, she needs to open Gelato.
Yeah.
47.
Which will then
years
unlock
ago.
the Fire Pianta.
Yeah, it has to refresh the plaza though after opening Gelato, so it would have been nice if she opened Gelato into trade and then got the Fire NPC or Fire Pianta and then like went into Serena to pick up those NPCs, maybe even Manta as her boss, and then go to like open Pinna. That would have been a pretty solid route, in my opinion, from Pinkish from this point.
Meanwhile, from Mars, I don't see much advantage in going to Pianta unless you really want to rush 4 secrets.
Yes. I
Oh,
agree.
and he clicks Rico Shadow Mario.
Yeah. So that plays off the table for Pinkish now. She probably can determine. Well, maybe she doesn't know. Maybe she thinks that 5 NPCs was an over delay now because of that, and doesn't know that Mars. Yeah, there's 2 ways to read that. You sniped 5 NPCs because it was over delayed, or they went and did Ricochet on Mario. At which point, Turbos is now in danger and potentially even more.
Alright. So, Gelato. Maybe just a few blues here, and maybe a Gelato 1. Or maybe Gelato hundreds?
Gelato hundreds would not be terrible. I don't know if now is the time to do it, but also
Yeah.
Pinkish is not in a good spot, regardless. Not winning secrets, not winning hiddens.
How did Mars win boss rematch?
Pinkish
Pinkish
overdelayed it
over delayed it. Red
by
House.
a very large margin.
Yeah.
Right, bosses are tied right now at 3 apiece. Yeah, 3 apiece.
Oh, getting trolled by this blue here.
You're not winning 10 yellow buttons, probably, since you still don't have Pinna open, technically. Yeah, Pinkish is just in a really bad spot in terms of progress.
Meanwhile, I mean, Mars is not, like, doing the smartest play, I don't think. Wrapping up 4 secrets. I mean, I guess it's not a terrible play.
Yeah, I'm probably... I mean... Based on... Yeah, okay, 50 tolls getting clicked now. It's kind of hard to tell, though, with the 15 Delphino and 5 NPC click, I would have been pretty okay with only doing Piana 4 and then going back to Pinna 3 and 4 so I can get Yoshi, and then come into 5 so I can pick up the butterfly and the secret.
I mean, I guess that's kind of efficient, but she has Rico 8 open.
Also has Rico 8
Or,
open, but
excuse me,
it's not
Mars
secret.
Rico 8 open, so.
Not a secret. So
But doing pin of 4 grants you EYG.
true. I don't know.
Assuming
There's a lot of
Mars
options
knows
for Mars.
EYG.
Mars has the freedom right now. But yeah, Pinkish looking to make the Gelato hundreds in one player.
This would be interesting if it works. Like, if she delays and Mars goes to get it. I mean, if you're Pinkish, I guess you don't know exactly how many blues your opponent has.
Yeah. Mars trading in to open up Noki. Very nice.
12 Noki blues.
12 Noki blues. You can pick up Goldbird. That'd be your
third
hidden for Mars.
I mean, he has a bunch more available.
Has like 4 other hiddens open. So.
Yeah.
Oh, not going for the boats. Oh, Mars. Thinking about it. Oh, still thinking about it. Think they remembered now that boats exist and you kind of need them for 12 Noki?
You don't need them, but...
You don't need them, but if you skip them and go on the left side, you need them. Since there are 11 on the left-hand wall available in 1, unless you go out of bounds.
I don't think we've ever seen someone do that, at least recently. Alright, 62 from Pink right now is nowhere near enough. This will be 80.
Yeah, she's on the right track. She'll need to kill a few Catacoax, though. Not kill, but bounce on them.
Get the juice coin. EM.
Yeah. She'll need, Oh, wow. She's missing quite a few coins, actually. She's missing 10.
So how do you get back into this if you're Pinkish? So... Mars is going to get 12 Nokis. He's in the lead for everything Pinna.
Golly, I guess Pinkish probably should have rushed 5 bosses with Manta. Like, Manta into Mecha, and then hopefully you can steal out, get Yellow Button.
Yeah.
Into Butterfly. With Pinna 100s and 300s and Gelato 100.
It's about to be a tied game, but then it will not be a tied game. I think if Mars makes bad decisions, there's always a chance. Yeah. But, like, try to think. If Mars wants to do Eel with bosses...
That would be a commitment.
Do Eel and then go to Noki 6 for the turbo. Like,
that would be wild play. Right? Because you can also get 10 yellow buttons in Noki 6.
Oh, yeah.
If that happens, I would actually just...
I will pop off if that happens.
Pop off unbelievably hard, but... 60 totals for Pinkish.
Hello, Devil and Ritz Action. Welcome.
She missed all these coins. You do need to pick up a few of these coins for Gelato 100s, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Mars should be pretty close to 12. I think they need one more here. Yep.
There's
so
12.
Noki. At this point, yeah, Goldbird would be good for you, Mars. Pinkish now needs to scrounge around for 3 coins. I don't know if she ever got the coins out of the hidden.
Yeah, she did. I saw those.
Okay. 5 hiddens for Mars?
No.
No way. That's only 3,
no way.
Right?
That's only 3. You have the card up?
Yeah. There's no way that's 5. At best, that's 4, but there's no way that's 5. All right, because they did Pianta into Gelato, kind of.
I mean, he could do more, but
They didn't
he
do Pena
really,
2R.
yeah, doesn't know where to go. I
Definitely
mean,
did
there's
not
a lot of
do.
plays he could do.
Definitely did not do Rico 2 or Rico 4R.
Yeah. It doesn't even show up. Pin
Noki.
doesn't even show up for Noki. That's strange. Man, he really doesn't know where to go. I mean, if Pinkish wants to get back in it, she has to hope for stuff like this. Mars, he's going back to Pinna. So the
Weird that
button.
Noki didn't show up.
Pinna 2R. Okay.
Just gonna
Yeah.
do Pena 3. We'll get yellow buttons out of this.
Yeah. This is the play I wanted him to do a while ago. I also noticed
Right.
Gelato Hundreds is being delayed. Not a
Did
big.
Pinkish finish a lot of hundreds? Yeah, she
Yes.
finished a lot of hundreds.
Took a long time, but that is a long shine. Okay, so no Noki 6 button, but
Tragic.
yeah, it was a good thought.
Okay, there's a Gelato
Fresh
hundreds clip.
hits.
Just enough to get into Pena. She might try to go for a Pena 200s here, which wouldn't be a bad call.
There's
10
10
yellow
buttons.
buttons. Got all 15 out of the pond here, or the pool.
Women.
So for Mars just needs 5 hit-ins, 2 turbos, butterfly, and 5 bosses. Could also have Pinch Out of Mario as a backup option. Pinkish basically needs everything on this card, short of 5 hit-ins and Pinch Out of Mario, I think.
Well, I think Pink is gonna at least be in the lead for bosses. She might have to go to Serena, which sucks, but
Yes.
it like assuming Mars wins the Pinna stuff, which we don't know. That would be Pinna Shadow Mario, Pinna Hundreds, 1 Butterfly, Delfino Rocket, and 2 Turbos. Like you could combo all those.
Yes.
So that's 5 goals, which is more than enough. So Pinkish has to steal at least 2 of them. Which ones would she steal? Probably Pinna Hundreds and
Pinna hundreds, 5 bosses. Like, it has to. Otherwise, I think.
Well, how is she going to win 2 Turbos or 1 Butterfly or Pinna Shadow Mario or
Pray.
yeah, or Delfino Rocket? Like that.
Pray.
Mars has an absolute monstrous Delfino or just Shine lead. So it looks like 2 Turbos and Rocket are locked up almost. Butterfly, he has 2 Butterflies available, which is insane.
Yeah.
If Peaches wants to win,
Pinkish.
fuck my. If Pinkish wants to win, I think she will have to take 5 hit-ins, or Pinna Shadow Mario, or probably both. She's doing Pinna Hundreds.
Yep.
Or Mars needs to like go for Pinna Hundreds like right after this.
Yes. And
If that happens, there's
Pinkish needs to delay it to the point where Mars has 90 or like 50 coins or something, so you can like make Mars not want to finish it, and then they don't even get 300's progress.
Yeah.
That would be the best case scenario.
And then yeah, I'm trying to think of misplays that could result in it because I've seen a lot of matches in my day, and there have been a lot of matches that I thought were pretty much over, and then they weren't. So
yeah, I think the start would definitely be Pinna hundreds for Mars to misplay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think for Mars they should go to Rico 8, pick up the Butterfly, maybe even finish Rico 8 just for the shine to get towards 30. Since they're only at like 20 something right now, they don't have a lot of Delfinos. Um, Two hiddens that they didn't finish there.
I could also see a Pianta 5 Butterfly and then Pianta 5 hidden. That'd
Yeah,
be
that would also work.
pretty efficient.
Man, Pianta 5 hidden without that being on the, or Pianta hidden being on the card.
Oh,
That would
Hundo?
that'd
Pianta
be
5 Hundo?
a while.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mars,
23.
yeah.
Gonna go, yeah, grab Yoshi. Bosses is still up on the, still an option though for Mars, right? They just need to do Manta. They don't have to win over it. PD still open for them.
That could be a misplay if he takes too long with Serena and
Yes, and
Edie.
if Pinkish
And if
makes the call
Pinkish
to
can catch up in Pinna,
immediately,
he's Pinkish still can't get two
okay, opening
turbos
up Serena.
for Delfino. Oh, just opening.
Um,
Going back to Pianta.
Pianta? Okay, Pianta.
Nope. Doing the double pause. Nice.
No
Hoverless
supporter
strats.
frames.
Shoutouts to Trey's video about
Yep, trade
pausing.
video. Okay, so pin 100's now done for Pinkish. That is her second 100. Just needs one more. She could do something easy like Delfino 100s. While picking up Delfino Shines to combo off or try and catch up some shine progress. She could stay in Pinna. Doesn't look like she's staying in Pinna.
Yeah. Is she doing hundreds? This is exactly the play that I thought would be really bad. If you have 200s, your opponent has shown no hundreds progress, and
Yes.
300s is on the card, you hold that for ransom, in my opinion.
Yeah, you gotta not do that until the very end.
Because if I'm playing against someone who has 200s, I'm not touching 300s unless I'm absolutely desperate.
Yeah, no point in trying to be
That's
sneaky if
the
you're
trade.
down 0 to 200s. Yeah, Pinkish. Man, she just. I
I mean,
don't see how she gets 2 turbos. Oh, Mars, do not fall in this Delta Coal. Okay.
if she,
Saved.
I suppose what we could see is Gelato Turbo with Wiggler being the 5th boss.
Yeah. She's. I don't think she did. She didn't pick up the one in Bianco, so she has it open. She just needs to pick
Yeah,
that up.
she didn't. Forgot
Uh,
about that.
Butterfly clicked off. Go do the hidden. Go do the
Looks
hidden.
like it.
There was a hole there that you could have gone through, but this is also fine. Don't do hundreds. Okay.
Yeah. Wait. Okay, he's not doing 100. Yeah, this is looking pretty definitively a Mars victory.
The fortunate thing for Pinkish is too, like 115 Delfino would have benefited her greatly way earlier in
Yeah.
the match.
Oh,
Oh, yep.
taking a
Missing
spill.
Yoshi skip.
Not free.
Regretting jumping off Yoshi now.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that. All right,
All
going
right, like
to
if you're gonna
going
jump
to
off
Pinna.
Yoshi, at least go through the little hole there, and it's faster. But if you're not gonna jump off, you can go around the long way from the front. Then you can just take Yoshi with you. It's not that much slower.
All right, going back to Pinna.
Pin a 7, or we're gonna see some hiddens. Okay, I'm gonna do pin a 5, so probably working their way towards finish on Mario.
Potentially doing 5 YG. Maybe Mars just doesn't know EYG.
Yeah, which is fair. It's not necessary to know it. It is a a solid minute time save that you can have in Pinna, but also doing it under nerves is pain.
I believe 5YG is faster than 2YG unless it's like really,
Like
really, really good
I
luck
think like the
2YG.
perfect 2IG would probably be faster, but
Yeah. You're from that era. I'm not, so
uh
well, I
eh,
started in that
eh,
era, but I never learned 2YG.
honestly I think they're probably about the same. I think 5YG is probably faster on average, just because of less RNG.
Yeah.
I think they're pretty similar though, but 5YG would be better on average. Pinkish finishing off 300 coins,
Ooh.
making
Oh,
this a 10 to 10 game. Mars having a little bit of trouble here with the Ferris wheel getting trolled. Hitbox is kind of obnoxious on these gondolas.
so Mars spends time doing Pinish out of Mario. Still guaranteed Delfino Rocket.
Uh,
So
Finish out Mario, 2 turbos, Delfino Rocket. That is Mars's win con at this point,
yes,
and 5 hit-ins. Um, Pinkish picking the option that also she does not need to defend at this point.
5 bosses.
By bosses, but still, I don't think even if she made the call right now to
Nope.
like
Mars is
work
leaving.
turbos and hidden, that she'd be able to win it.
Going to somewhere.
Trading in, okay, trading in
Oh, for
to get
the
25
in
for
the turbo.
turbo. Be really nice if Mars picks up 3 coins in Pinna 6 as well. That way they can trade in again, I guess, or just
There are a
do a
lot of
Delfino
easy
Shine.
ones in Pinna 6, so so in a world where Pinkish doesn't over delay boss rematch, I still think that she'd have a hard time winning.
She would need a 13th goal, which just wouldn't be great.
Good turbo kill.
Uh, 2 turbos?
Yeah, obviously in that world she might not have focused on the things that she did focus on.
Yeah. Um,
Going to Goldbird.
8 NPCs, I think, also. If she just did boss rematch as well as 8 NPCs, and 8 NPCs, I think she would have been in a really good spot. Um,
One thing I didn't say before, or I think I said before, but I didn't highlight, is that she did Bianco Blues and then did PD.
yeah,
Doing
that also costs a lot
yeah,
of time.
Mars, very nice. That jump in is not free.
Yeah. All right, like you can do the non-village blues first, and then open PD, and then start doing village blues. That's fine, but she basically got all 20 blues pre starting the fight,
Hmm.
which may be just a little bit of like tunnel visioning because it was after the draft period, but hard to say. Draft is hard. It's really hard to know when to do things.
The science.
So yeah, Mara's just gonna rush Delfinos to get to 30, so they can do Delfino Rocket, and then they have finish out Mario as a win con. Pinkish finishing up her 5th boss here.
Yeah, Mars still has 3 hiddens, right?
Correct.
And Pinkish
And
has
they have
none.
4 open.
Yeah, Pinkish has none.
And she has 3 open.
And then after those, she'll have Noki Burb open. So I keep trying to theorize if Pinkish can win. It's not that I'm rooting against anyone. I'm just, I really never like to say, oh, this is over, but it's it's looking kind of over.
Ooh. If Pinkish
Oh,
depends on how long Mars takes to get these 3 remaining Delfinos and Turbo. She
I
could
mean,
get Pinocchio
yeah,
on Mario. potentially, but she'd also still be at a 3-0 deficit on hiddens. So
It it's gonna be hard. I mean, she has fast hittings still, but it's not like Mars still has Pinna 2 Reds, still has Rico 2 again. So it's not like he has slow hiddens.
yeah, Mara's just
Bit of a bonk there.
make the calls about hiddens.
Another box game.
I believe they have left bell as well open, so they can do that. Potentially, we may see a match here in draft where a drafted goal does not get clicked at the end.
5 hiddens, yeah. I mean, that was a very strange draft anyway.
Yeah. It's not impossible. We've seen it a few times this season, but it is pretty uncommon, usually, for a drafted goal to not get clicked by the end of the match. Yeah, Mars wishing
should
they
be a
picked
bingo,
up 3
bingo
more
goal.
blues.
I know it's 11-11, but it's pretty over. Well, if Pinkish
Yeah,
can
needs to do
Pinkish
this
can
and
like
Pinafore
swipe,
and EYG.
like she'd have to like hyper delay, and Mars would have to
the second
like
before Mars
do
clicks
a complete
Pinafore.
split play and die a bunch in Pinna 6 and get coconut. It's like,
yeah, Mars would need basically like the worst possible stuff to go wrong for the end of this match.
I wish we had one of those like probability trackers, like probability of
Like
winning
in
a
chess.
game. Yeah, like in chess.
That'd be cool.
Someone develop an algorithm at all the coders in this
Right?
community.
It would kind of like it would look at the card and then like when you can get the stuff and then like it would look at the goals that or like the shines and blues that the person tracking picked for them. It would be interesting.
Or even just some sort of like you just input history of games and like all consider the outcomes of every single game that has been similar to this point.
So for Mars, technically the safest option would be hiddens, by virtue of 300s, because Pinkish would still want to try and just do the shines to get to finish on a Mario. So technically, in my opinion, from here, that would be the correct option, but they still have a very wide win con on either side. Yeah, Pinkish down an entire shine here, unfortunately.
Assuming I'm assuming she knows EYG when I
Yeah.
say this.
Delfino Rocket clicked. We got 12 to 11.
I mean, if Mars does Pinna 6, dies a bunch, then does Pinna 6R, dies a bunch, then does Pinna 2R, or no, then tries to do Pinna 7, but it's gone. No, there's I don't
see a way to Pinkish to catch up. 5 shines.
If Mars game overs in Pinna 6, that's
without
Pinkish
saving, and
yes.
there's probably a reasonable enough cause to give Mars a win from here, but there is an argument to be made that it's not impossible, but Pinkish finishing up in a 4. Mars getting coconut.
Yeah, coconut sucks.
Remembers to eat the papaya. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Pinkish still has to do
Yoshi kind of
EYG.
wide. Yeah, she needs to do EYG. Hope Mars dies like at least 4 times, I think, at the end.
missed the missed the cycle there. Mars does. I will say Mars seems very stressed. Like
I'd be stressed.
I mean, he keeps running around in circles. All right, pin a 5. Are we going to see 5 YG or 5?
I believe Pinkish is a
5 YG.
5YG gamer. Yeah.
Let's go 5 YG gamers.
Papaya.
What even is the best fruit for EYG?
I believe Tass uses papaya still. But
Oh,
banana
oh.
and no, you don't need Dexteria. You can get a pineapple. No, Pinkish, no. Tragic. Pineapple, banana, and papaya are all pretty comparable, I think, as far as what fruit Yoshi wants. The only thing you don't want to see is coconut on the
Yeah,
beach.
coconut is, with the exception of Bianco Hundreds in 120, is kind of universally the worst.
Yeah, that and like unlocking Yoshi in Pinna 5.
In
Because
Pin
banana
6.
would be worse.
Oh,
Or
in
Pianta 5, excuse me.
Pianta 5.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, banana I guess would be worse.
because it doesn't roll, so.
Yeah. Oh,
So,
speaking of coconut,
Coconut Mars just a short way away from finishing up Shadow Mario and taking game 1 in this best of 3 set
oh,
in
that's
semifinals.
that's a good point. Tilber, uh,
Gelato Hondo, yeah, Banana
yeah,
also sucks
Gelato
there.
Hondo.
The Coconut also sucks in Gelato, but I think is slightly better than Banana.
I'm having a time with this Shadow Mario.
Yep.
All right.
Managed to do it though, and with that, we are done.
Uway team
GG.
wins. GG.
Mars taking game 1 in draft 13-11 over Pinkish. We'll see if either of our competitors want an interview. Before we have our next match in about 10 or so minutes.
I like the cotton candy design of this board.
Yeah, pink and blue, very nice colors, complementing each other quite well. Hello, Pinkish. GG's on the match.
GG's.
Uh, and Mars. Hello, GG's on the match. Congratulations on your victory.
GG Mars.
GG.
So,
Close match.
yeah, close match.
Yeah.
We
I
thought,
I
or
felt like blues were really bad on this card, aside from like 12 Noki or like NPCs.
The specialized goals were good,
yeah,
but the
overall, I mean, I think Pinkish made it work. Just and a few different choices may have won the game, but um, tell us about both of your drafts. Pink, for example, is you clicked 12 level shines like super fast, but everything else you did was very not 12 level shinety. So, did you have a strategy there?
Oh. I guess like I did, but like I really, it's like a good
like 12 level shines with 50 yellow from 2. That takes a long time away from doing shines. 20 Bianca blues, 15 Delfinos. Those take time away from doing level shines. Things like that. But Mars also had an interesting 2 gelato hiddens into 5 hiddens draft.
Wait, why didn't you click 5 hiddens? Like you clicked it, but then you got it on
Oh,
it got unclicked, so I'm guessing you had
I
4.
for
He had
some reason I
3.
thought I had it,
You had
and
3.
then I was like, oh wait, I didn't do either of the 2 Rico hiddens that I meant to, and then I felt like just not going back to do it because there was other stuff I wanted. I felt like level progress was so good on this card. It's like getting fast shines.
Yeah, I would mostly agree.
I think what really was good for you was the Pinna. I mean, other than Pinna hundreds, you won everything Pinna related, and
Pinna and Rico were pretty
yeah,
big.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, I felt like 10 yellow coins had no business being unclicked for that long. I feel like I definitely should
yes.
have lost that call.
When you left after Pinna 3, I was kind of upset,
I
or
also
before
lost
Pinna
boss
3.
rematch.
yeah,
Oh
Pinkish,
yeah,
what were you thinking about? Did you
I don't
just
know.
delay it
I
too long,
delayed it.
or
I don't know where Mars was. I was like, okay, he's done gelato. He's done. I don't know what the heck where he is. So I didn't think he was gonna go to Rico, and then just not click it to like delay it a little bit, and then you clicked it, and I was like, oh, well, I guess that's I don't know. I kind of forgot about it for a little bit, and then I
yeah,
realized
makes
like,
sense.
oh, okay. I guess I fucked up there.
Yeah. Uh, uh, yeah, maybe. So yeah, boss rematch definitely could have
I
gone your
think, I
way.
mean, yeah, I think if I would
And
have clicked
then
that, the match would have probably favored me a little bit more, but
I also would have liked if you picked up the other NPC in Bianco. That was one of 2
I
coins you
didn't know where it
skipped.
was.
He
oh, in
was
episode 5. Episode
yeah,
5, he's on the side of the river with like the coconut and the banana
the
in Bianca hundreds.
that one ring
Gotcha.
of flowers.
Yeah.
Yeah, and 5 is nice for the NPCs because that's when the second NPC appears, and then you can just run
Yeah.
right past him to the other guy that moves around. You still probably would have been sniped out on 8 NPCs, but it definitely would have been closer. 8 NPCs definitely would have put you in a better position with blues and hundreds.
I also didn't
Mm,
know if 8 NPCs was like 8 NPCs or it was Rico because
Rico.
Yeah, it
it
was
was Rico,
Rico.
right?
Yeah.
I
Cuz
tried
like,
to
yeah.
delay it enough that it would be ambiguous and that you could think that, like, since I had already done Pianta 3 damageless, you could have thought I did deep Pianta or something.
No, the thing that gave it away for me was the boss rematch cuz I knew you
Mm,
were not in Bianco. Cuz like there's
So
nothing to do in
Mhm.
Bianco.
um, it looks like we're getting bullied out because we're running out of time. Uh, I just want to say real fast, Pinkish. I call you Peaches a couple times because they
Like every
call.
time.
Yeah, not every time. I only did it like 4 times, but
Like every time.
I just want to apologize on behalf or
It's
for
it's
I want to
fine.
apologize to you
I don't
and
care.
Peaches. Oh,
But
Sunshine
yeah.
Community is rating.
Welcome Sunshine
Otters?
Community. Yeah, just last note before we end this
I am
interview.
Peaches. What do you mean?
Um Pinkish, you weren't completely out of the race, though you did pick the 2 options that probably put you out of the race, being finishing up 300s and 5 bosses. Um, you probably
I didn't know what to go for at that point because like I was like, okay, maybe if I snipe 5 bosses because like Mars already had been Enrico and like Pinna, and I was like, okay, I don't know what they have done, so yeah,
it was
I
kind of
don't know.
hard, but yeah, I needed to
Yeah,
work on hiddens and pinna, so would have been tough.
yeah, GG.
But alas,
GG.
GG Mars taking game 1. I believe game 2 is getting rescheduled? Question mark.
Yeah, I think
Maybe?
so.
Yeah,
Yes. Okay, so
to be
that may
determined.
to be determined. Coming up next in about 5 minutes on Bingothon here, this channel, we have Game Stabled versus Bread Ghost. This is Division 3 semifinals, so please stay tuned.